Returns by Maggie Pearson, illustrated by Steve Stone. Chapter 1. As I was walking home from school one day, I heard a voice calling, "Help me!" I looked around. There was no one there. "Help me!" the voice cried. "Help! This big stone is on top of me!" I looked down and I saw the big stone. Then I saw a little brown shoe sticking out from under it. So I rolled the big stone out of the way. Out popped a funny little man. He looked like his arms and legs had been made out of sticks, and his hair was like yellow cotton candy. "You've helped old Rumpelstiltskin," said the little man. "Now it is my turn to help you." "Help me," I said. "How?" "Any way you want. I'm your servant now. When you've got work to do, I'll do it for you. From now on, you can just have fun." "What about my mom?" I said. I really wasn't sure what she'd say about Rumpelstiltskin moving in with us. "She won't even see me," he said. "Nobody will. It'll be our little secret." "All right," I said. "It's a deal. Just don't ever thank me. I hate it when people say thank you," Rumpelstiltskin said. Then, in a flash of light, he was gone. Chapter 2. "Clean your room," Mom called out as I went up the steps. I smiled to myself. Time to call on Rumpelstiltskin. But Rumpelstiltskin had already got there ahead of me. Everything was so neat and tidy, it didn't look like my room at all. I got up to do my homework. Today it was math. I'm terrible at math, but Rumpelstiltskin had done it for me. The next day at school, I got 10 out of 10 on my homework, but the teacher didn't think I'd done it all by myself. I had to stay in at recess and do it all over again so she could watch me. Luckily, I still got the answers right. After school, we played soccer. I'm usually no good at soccer. That day, I scored goal after goal. No one could get the ball away from me. Whenever I aimed for the goal, the ball went in. I knew it was Rumpelstiltskin doing it, but no one else could see him. In the end, everyone got fed up and went home. I was so angry I shouted, "Rumpelstiltskin, I want a word with you. When I want your help, I'll ask for it." "No need to ask," he said. "I'll do all the work. You'll have all the fun." That was our deal. "Soccer is fun," I said. "It looked more like hard work to me," he replied. Chapter 3. Every day, Rumpelstiltskin made my bed, cleaned my shoes, he tidied my room up, and he did my homework. He weeded the garden and mowed the lawn. He did the dishes for Dad and washed the car for Mom. My parents thought I was doing it all. They told all their friends about me, and I was top of the class. But nobody likes a show off. I was the teacher's pet, and I was losing all my friends. "Rumpelstiltskin," I yelled, "I don't want you to be my servant anymore." "You said I could be your servant if I wanted to," he said, "and I want to be your servant forever." But I didn't want Rumpelstiltskin to be my servant forever and ever. What could I do? Chapter 4. There had to be something I could do myself. Something Rumpelstiltskin couldn't help me do. Maybe then he'd leave me alone. I thought about it and thought about it and thought. One day I had an idea. I entered a summer fun run. I'm a rotten runner, and I knew I couldn't win, and Rumpelstiltskin couldn't make me. He'd have to pick me up and carry me if he wanted me to win. Then people would see him, and I don't think he'd want that. The day of the race, the starter raised his pistol. "Ready, set, go!" Two of the runners tripped over their own feet. Someone had tied their laces together. Guess who? Then two of the runners started fighting. Each one said that the other one had punched them in the ribs. I really knew who it was. Another one was stung by a wasp and had to go to the first aid tent. This didn't look good. I set off with the rest of the runners, following the signs down the path and into the woods. I passed runners who had lost a shoe in the mud and others who had sprained their ankles or tripped and scraped their knees. I saw signs swing around to point in the wrong direction, then swing back for me after the runners had already gone the wrong way. In the end, I stopped and I sat down. Rumpelstiltskin, I yelled, I'm not moving until you promise to let me finish this race by myself. No more tricks. I can do this on my own. Thank you very much. I don't need any more help from you. What did you say? Asked Rumpelstiltskin. You said, thanks very much. Didn't I tell you not to thank me? He yelled. If there's one thing I can't stand, is people thanking me. He stomped his foot. I won't be thanked. I won't. You'll get no more help from Rumpelstiltskin. He started spinning around and around. You can tidy your own room and do your own homework, he yelled. He was spinning so fast, now he was just a blur. Then in a flash, he was gone, and I could hear him shouting, You'll never see Rumpelstiltskin again. Thanks very much, I yelled back, just to make sure that I never did.